Alright, what I'm going to do here, this is the 3/4 inch thick rubber that I showed you if you've been following my videos. We're going to put this down with the 3/4 inch plywood scrap here, and then we're going to put another piece here, and we're going to clamp these together. And I'm going to try to, right in the corner here, so we don't waste too much rubber, I want to cut a 2 1/8 inch hole. This is a hole saw for a lock set, you know. So I want to try to drill that. I don't know if it will. It'll probably bind up in the rubber. I've never tried it. We're going to try it. So we're going to clamp this down here, obviously, so it doesn't spin around. And then we'll try to drill out this piece, because I got to make a lower rubber bushing for the passenger side of the truck. I've already made a temporary one for the left. We're going to try to make one out of this for the right, and if that works out, then we'll make the one for the top, and then we'll do the job right. But first we've got to see if we can cut this rubber. I'm using standard definition because an 18-minute video with HD was a huge file size. So we're going to assume this video overall is going to be over 18 minutes. So the first thing we're going to do is to clamp this down. Keep the rubber from getting out of control here. And I'm using my Ryobi, which is, batteries don't hold a good charge, so I may have to use a corded drill, but we're going to try it with this first. I doubt this will be able to do it, but we're going to try. So we're going to take it right at the corner here and gently push in. I don't know how deep if all that went in, but if I can't get through all that with this, I will then use the knife approach, like one of the gentlemen told me on my channel, on that other video. But we're going to try first in this, and we, you know, there is some resistance there. Plus, it don't take much to stop this damn drill. I didn't get it for any heavy hole saw drilling anyhow. I got it for doing small work. So I'll probably get the corded drill out if this works out. If it looks like I'm not going to be able to get through this, I won't even bother getting the corded drill out. I'll come back in this video. I want to stick something thin in there and see how deep I went. It don't look like it went too deep at all. Just went beyond the teeth of the saw. And it gets quite hot. Alright, I got the electric drill out. And I'm going to put some of this silicone, although it feels like water, silicone spray on the bit. I don't want to put oil on it. Oil rots rubber. so you don't want to use oil. I heard that brake fluid will not harm rubber, but we'll try this first. It'll probably bind up, but let's see what happens. Yeah, that didn't do too good. Kind of smoky there. Alright, this is a hacksaw blade, and she went in a lot deeper. She's in about a 1/2 inch. Before it was only hitting this first notch here. See where this hole is here on the hacksaw blade? It was only going up to the first hole, but now I'm beyond the hole and I'm roughly about a 1/2 inch into the material. This drill won't really run real slow like I want it to. So it's a little difficult, and we don't want it to burn here. I don't know if that does more harm to the drill than then just running at a full speed. Boy, that's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I could probably finish it off with a... Yeah, she's in a 1/2 inch, but this is 3/4 inch stuff, so it's almost through. But I have to drill the hole, the 1/2 inch hole in here. Anyway, so what I'll probably do is I'll finish it off on an X-Acto knife. I must have a skinny one I can just go right around with it. But I don't know how well that's going to work out. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a 1/2 inch drill now and drill the center hole out before I attempt to do much more, and we'll do that off camera. Okay, same thing. We'll put the silicone on the drill bit here. All right, and we'll try to drill out this center hole here. My reversing. Yeah, there it is. Alright, that looks good. Now I didn't go all the way through with the 2-inch hole saw, because if I did, I wouldn't be, this thing would be spinning around, I wouldn't be able to control it. But it's almost through. So I gotta go get try to find some kind of an X-Acto knife and see if I can cut the rest of that out. Well, I got several of these knives, and this is a little too wide. So this is the narrowest blade I have, and we're going to try to cut that. That's about the distance we need. This is not going to be easy because I've never done this before. I'm kind of like following the circle. There's always that chance I could get off track and ruin it. It's for that reason, naturally you want to cut way over into the corner, so if you waste this part, you still got the rest of this to work with. coming through yet. I'm hoping it would. I can feel it now. I can feel it pushing through on the other side. As you can see here, you can see the depression through the other side. I don't have a little saw. Somebody suggested sawing this, which is a very good idea. The only thing I got is a hacksaw blade. But I have to come through in order to do that. And I'm not through yet. I can feel it, but I'm not through yet. The problem with these blades, I'm on the wrong one, these blades don't like to stay in. There's supposed to be a lock on here, but they don't really hold it good. Don't help that I don't have very good eyesight. It keeps slipping in. Damn thing doesn't stay out. I'm getting it though. As you can see, it's coming through. And I got my reading glasses and a stool. My back is killing me bending over here. Got it. Not perfect, not a perfect circle. Perfect circle on this side, but not so on this side. And the hole is in the center here, but it don't look like it's in the center here. That's it. And that's the about a 2 1/8 inch hole, thereabouts. I'd like it a little bigger around, but this is all I have to work with. I don't know if that's in focus or not. I got the camera set on macro, but that's how she be. This is the part that I drilled in from this side. It kind of closed in a little bit, but I can shove my 1/2 inch drill right in there, the drill bit, so I should be able to force this right onto with the bolt. So that looks good to me. We just got to find some washers that'll go up underneath there, and then I'll go over to the truck and I'll try to remove that other side. Alright, well, we got a little weak ass flashlight here because my big orange one that I had on the other video won't stand up on end, and this one will, but boy, I'll tell you, it's poor ass lighting. I'm using standard definition, so it isn't as good. I ain't gotta worry too much about it as long as you can see it. And I can see in the viewfinder here, but this has a bigger viewfinder, I can see that. Now, alright, well, let's see. Get this flashlight out of the way a little bit here. The lighting is so poor I can't even see to get the wrench on there. I don't know, this one here is not moving as good as the other one. I don't want to break it off. That one ain't moving at all. That one is not moving at all. I'm trying to tighten it and then loosen it. But it ain't tightening, so I have to go loosen. I don't even know if you can see that. The light is pathetic. Well, not so good news on this side. The driver's side was loose as soon as I put the wrench on it, it loosened right up and rust. This will not move at all, forward or backward. And what's going to happen is it's going to break free of the captive nut up there, and the captive nut is going to spin around completely, and I'm going to be screwed. This side is not loose at all. If you look here, there's a space, but there's also about a good ½ inch of rubber that's still here, and about 3/8 of an inch right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to Mickey Mouse it. I hate the Mickey Mouse things. I will not be able to use that piece of rubber I just cut out, because I have to remove the bolt to do that. But I'm going to save that rubber, and I'm going to have to wait until I can rent the hole saw to cut in the floor up there. And when I get this hole saw, then I'll attempt to remove this. If this spins around, I put my big breaker bar on there, right here, my 18-inch flex bar, and it wouldn't even move. And I didn't want to put a lot of pressure on it because that will spin around up there. So this is not going to be an easy fix on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wire brush this, my little wire brush, around the back. I'm going to Mickey Mouse it, and I'm going to take some electrical tape and I'm going to keep winding it around here and build this right up so it'll cover this space up. Then I'm going to take the hose clamp and I'm going to hold it all together with the hose clamp. It's not loose now, and I don't want it to be loose, but I might have disturbed it by trying to break it. But the thing is not moving at all, it's solid. Because I'm not getting any more squeaks and groans and crackles and everything else like I was before. So that's what I'm going to do. Basically, we just drive it in there. It don't have to be laying flat, it's just filling in the void, and of course I can't see good in here, so I have no idea what I'm doing here because I can't see a damn thing. I can put this useless light on here. and it just keeps it. It gives it a little more rubber. I could make that washer thing, you know, I've got the material for it. It's simply a electrical cover without the hole in it, 4-inch electrical box cover, and I was going to drill a hole in that and use it, but right now this is temporary, just to hold it together. Come back on this video in a minute here. Well, I got quite a few layers of tape, electrical, and then I put Gorilla tape over the top of that, and then the hose clamp, which is between the head and this rubber. Like I say, there's a good 1/2 inch of rubber up here, so just in case that tries to loosen and go up and down, it ain't gonna really move at all now. But if I was to break free this bolt and it spun around on top, I'd have a loose mount here and I'd be up you know what's creek without a paddle. So for now this is a good enough fix. It's a lousy fix, but it's better than nothing. Well, all this here with the hole drilling and the rubber and everything, well, we'll put that away, and when I can rent a hole saw and have plenty of time to do it, I will do it. Now naturally, if I rent the hole saw and when I go to really put the muscle to this to break that free, it'll come out and not roll around, and I won't need the hole saw. Once I rent it, I got to pay for it, obviously. But that's just the way it goes. Well, not a thing of beauty, but I can get at the nut perfectly. So I'll be able to get my wrench in there, and that whole thing will just turn right out anyways. And I don't have to worry about removing the hose clamp, which is underneath the second layer of, actually about the 4th or 5th layer of Gorilla tape. This is just to make sure that this don't loosen up. The right way would be to shim a washer in here like I was going to do on the other side. That's my original repair idea, and do it that way. But I want to take and do this job right, but I can't until I get that hole saw. So that's going to have to wait, and if it gets hot and humid, it's going to have to wait quite a while. But for now, it's good and solid and strong, and it's not going anywhere. Alright, I went and looked at the videos, and I was going to edit this, and it appeared to be holes in it. There is a hole here, but it's drilled, because don't have a ball peen hammer. It's in my bodywork tools buried in the shed. Sounds solid to me. Now, that hole is perfectly round. It's drilled in there. It's only one. And I took and moved out the flat blade here. Took and moved the tape back here. And what appeared to be a hole is just a flake of rust which come off of there, and another one here. That's not a hole. There is a hole here. It's apparently drilled in, and my feeling is it's on the, I didn't see one on the driver's side, but that's drilled in. That's not. That's solid. That's perfectly round, as close as I can tell. Because this is thick and very strong. Now, why, I don't know. My feeling is it's just to drain off the salt and, you know, water and everything in the winter time in the roads. because this is the passenger side of the vehicle where you're going to get most of that crap, more so than the driver's side. That also explains why this is harder to get, impossible actually to get out without perhaps spinning the nut on the top. So that's the story there. So what I'm going to do is take some of this, I don't have any primer, I'm all out. I don't have much faith in this rust neutralizing crap anyways. And I'm going to just spray around there. Let's get some light in here. That is definitely a drilled hole. No question about that. Why, I don't know, except my explanation to that just a little while ago. Because it is the curb side of the vehicle, and because of this, I had to put the flashlight down the point there, but onto the right of the screen, as you're looking at it, it's cup-shaped a little bit in there, and water and debris will get in there. Work with piss poor lighting, because I can't hold the light and do that too. Alright, that is definitely, no question about it, that's definitely a drilled hole there. There is no other holes in here. I checked it with the screwdriver and the awl. It's solid. That puts my mind at ease. Now we'll go over on the other side and spray some of that rust neutralizer on that side. Alright. This is the first one I did. Now there's probably a hole right there that I didn't notice, but it's underneath this square belt that I drilled out. If you followed my other video, it's probably under that. And there is no holes anywhere in here, even though it may look like it on the video. Take my word for it, there ain't no holes here. And that other side, this is the driver's side. It's the one I did repair, temporarily repair, but correctly, and I was able to get the bolt out. But the passenger side, that hole is drilled in there. It's perfectly round. Okay, that's the story. For now, that's all we're going to do. That's it, folks. Have a good weekend. Take care, everybody.